fabric artist from Chennai. I'm back with a quick tutorial to make accessories using scrap fabric and some embroidery. I made some embroidery while I was sitting through my daughter's online classes. I was getting bored. I took some scrap fabric and made embroidery, small embroidered pieces on them. Let me show you how to make these. If you know embroidery, this is pretty quick, or else look up for some tutorials on net and make these. You can make smaller pieces. First you will need either ropes like these. This is actually a knitting cotton, mercerized knitting cotton from Anchor. I've made ropes out of it for the jewelry. If you don't have it, that's fine. Scrap fabric again will work. I'll show you how to make a loop out of scrap fabric. Keep the right sides together and stitch on the reverse side. Then take a long thread, thick rope. If you don't have a thicker thread, then maybe you can lay 8 or 9 layers of the regular thread. Thread it, not the edges. Put it a little away from the seam line on the outer part and put it into the gap. A blunt needle works better because it is not going to poke easily into the fabric. Pull the needle out from the other end. This is a sample that I am showing you on how to make a loop. And you keep pulling. This is almost an end of the day tutorial. It's almost dark. I have minimal light, so excuse my lighting. I'm just working with the lights available. So the loop is ready. You can just pull out the thread. Okay, it's all knotted up. Once you pull it out, you will have a loop like this. So you can measure the length of your neck and get a loop ready for that. Once you've done some embroidery on fabrics, use a thicker cardboard. It can be something from the carton. This is actually a small bit of MDF that has been cut into this shape. You can use a cardboard the cartons that you get with your cereals can be layered up one above the other and cut into a shape. Or you can use any other thick canvas sheets and cut out the small embroidered pieces. Use a fabric glue. My fabric glue is in a pathetic state. I'm not able to order more because I'm in an area where it is all locked up. Minimal shops. Onto it. It will take some time to dry up. Make sure you stick it right and press the fabric away from the embroidered portion without any bubbles. Now once you stick it, I have already done one piece which is all dried up, so I have trimmed the edges. Let that dry up. It will take some time. Once you trim the edges, you have something like this. Now you get ear posts like these with the back studs. So use one of that. Use a very all-purpose, very strong adhesive that is all-purpose that can stick on metals, etc. Just layer a bit of it and press it in. Leave it aside to dry for several minutes or maybe an hour also. That is a lot better. Once you leave it aside, once it dries up, you have something like this to wear. If you are making hangings like these, This is, I made this for my daughter. I've made one, and I'm going to show you how to make the other one. Use a thin nail to make a hole into the thicker cardboard or MDF or anything. Hammer it and make a small hole. You get jump rings and hooks like these for making jewelry. Pull up one outfit. You will need a nose plier. I just don't know where I place my regular nose plier, so I'm using this. Open the jump ring wide enough to fit into the place where you want it to. And press it all up nicely. Maybe if you need a little tightening would do, but don't tighten it too much, then the dangling effect will not be there. Now you can add another ring and make this, but what is going to happen, this ring is turned this way and we have a hoop here that is also in the same way. So I would prefer, instead of adding one more ring, I would prefer turning the loop this way, and this needs to be a bit more. Hang it into it and press it. So you have a pair of earrings ready. Now to make the pendant, you could possibly probably use a bigger piece of cardboard for this, and cut the fabric according to this according to the shape that you require. What I've done is I've just made I've taken a long thread, made a small knot here and a knot at the back. I've not used any other clip-on or knotting rings onto it. Added a few beads and my chain is ready. My neck piece is ready. If you don't have any art pieces, if you don't have an embroidery skill, it's still fine. You can make a fabric earring by just using a printed piece of fabric or plain fabric and stick it onto the cardboard. Or if you want to make a bigger neck piece with printed fabrics without any embroidery, this can be done. I've sewed up on the along the template that I'm going to do. I've taken up a rectangular template. I've made loops with fabric. I've tied up the loops so that they don't interfere with my sewing. They come out. I've kept the right sides together and sewed a rectangle around it, and these projections are of that loop. Now I'll pull the loop out and turn this out. This will take a little bit of time. I've used all scrap fabrics and we made a multicolor piece. You could use a blunt pen or anything else to straighten, to make sure the edges, the corners are done properly. This is fabric, so it will be very lightweight and will keep turning around with the air. So to add weight to it, you could take cardboard or the carton boards or the canvas and line it up inside through this hole. This is an end of the day video that I'm doing. It's almost night, so please excuse my looks and the lighting. I just have this lighting left here. Do something to pull up and turn out things inside. This is actually what doctors use. These are surgical stuff that they use, but I find it very useful in my sewing, so I just picked it up. My window view, this is a lot better than my previous odd angle. Now this is all done. Take some soft batting or packaging material or another piece of fabric that is a little more thick, something to give you a fluffed up feel, and insert it in through the hole. While sewing, I left a small portion in the bottom part of it so that I could flip it out, and so that I could do all these stuffing into it. It is going to take a bit of a time. Now I'm going to stitch along the 4 sides. The opening will automatically go into the sewed edges, the top stitch, so we need not worry about it. Since there are many layers, it is going to be a bit tough to get through the machine. If you have a quilting foot, that will do a lot more justice. If you don't have, that's fine. You just need to push it a bit under the machine. Now this is done. You can probably add tassels underneath, and I'll remove the knot that I've done to this. So once you add a bit of maybe you can do mirror work on this, or you can add tassels to it. It will be a beautiful piece to wear around your neck. You could attach them in any shape that you want. You could probably make diamonds or beautiful patchworks that people do for quilting. You can also do quilted designs on these, and they make a beautiful